Hey guys, this is part 4th of my Gitanjali series. Let's start with poem number 32. This poem is about love and freedom. By all means, they try to hold me secure who love me in this world. But it is otherwise with your love, which is greater than theirs, that you keep me free. Lest I forget them, they never venture to leave me alone. But days passes by after day, and you are not seen. If I call not you in my prayers, if I keep not you in my heart, your love for me still awaits for my love. So this is a very straightforward poem in a sense that the the meaning is very simple. That if you love anyone, you have to you should not be love and attachment are very different things. If if your love puts another person in bondage, where where they have to do things in the way you expect them to do, you are you are making your love a burden for that other person. So love in its real sense should be should be beyond expectations from the other person. Point number 33. When it was the day, they came into my house and said, "We shall only take the smallest room here." They said, "We shall help you in the worship of your God and humbly accept only our own share of His grace." And then they took their seat in a corner and they sat quiet and meek. But in the darkness of night, I find they break into my sacred shrine, strong and turbulent, and snatch with unholy greed the offering from God's altar. Well, this is a continue. This is in continuance with the thought in the last poem, in a sense that you know people in our lives, people take unexpected, unsuspected strangers come into our life, and their words and promises us that they will only take a small portion of our attention, of ourselves. But suddenly they try to grab most of it. It again goes to the concept of bondage, without our noticing it. Small things per people who come to our life, without our when we are not know, initially, you know they they try to, we see them as selfless in a sense that they do not want to, uh, they don't want to bound us with their expectations, their thoughts. But when we are not conscious about it, a lot of expectations are put upon us, and that's how we lose our freedom, as more and more linkages, more and more bondages, bonds are formed upon us. uh, Point number 34th. Let only the little be left of me whereby I may name you my all. Let only the little be left of my will, whereby I may feel you on every side and come to you in everything and offer to you my love every moment. Let only that little be left of me, whereby I may never hide you. Let only the little of my fetters be left, whereby I am bound with your will, and your purpose is carried out in my life, and that is the fetter of my love, of your love. This poem, again, what it says is कि what minimum, in a human, as a human being, we must have, in a sense. Let only that little left of me whereby I may name you in my all. You know, only that we as human beings only need, this minimum, only, the minimum we need for our existence. Where we feel you on every side. Where I'm conscious all the time, where I'm not indulged in, other things, and come to you in everything and offer to you my love at every moment. So basically, only that much of us is important, which is needed for us to live this life. Live and love this life, adventurously, or like that. Let only that little be left of me, whereby I may never hide you. We in human life today is getting more and more complicated. I guess it has always been much complicated. Even you have seen Mahabharat. If you have seen Mahabharat, the story gets complicated with time. So human life is very complicated, and we hide things from people. We hide truth, and that so we must only have that much, that we can avoid hiding things from people. Let only little of my fetters be left, whereby I am bound with your will, and the purpose is carried out in your life. So only, don't make your life that glamorous. Let not things material bound you. Let not, we just, we surround ourselves with more and more stuff, and that is not doing you any good. So let only only minimum with you be left, so that you can truly, you know enjoy this life. And point number 35, and this is, I guess, the best poem of Gitanjali, I guess. At least people say that. So it talks about freedom again. This is the fourth poem, if we can say, of on the ideals of freedom. And it talks about ideal country, ideal society. So, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason had not lost its way into the dreary deserts, sand of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee in every widening thought and action. Into the heaven of freedom, my Lord, let my country awake. This is Tagore's expectation of his country, which are still not independent at this time, I guess. When the mind is without fear and head is held high. Fear, we have fear of our parents, we have fear of society, we have fear of unknown, and these fears grapple our mind, and don't let go. And and these fear restricts our freedom, because we can't think outside of fear. When knowledge is free, ignorance is the root cause of all evil. And that's what our Indian philosophical systems, every philosophical system says. Ignorance is the root cause of all suffering, all evil. So, when knowledge is free, or everyone, can access this knowledge, and without fear, that leads to, without with knowledge you can perceive this world and react to your situation in a better way, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. We put these boundaries on ourselves, we put boundaries outside our homes, we put boundaries outside our states and our country, we put boundaries between religions, caste, etc., gender. These boundaries are not good for human society, good for anyone in general, because these boundaries limit us in various ways and limit our freedom and limit our creative energies. When world comes out from depth of truth, where tireless striving stretch its arm towards perfection, where our discussion with people, where our discussion, where every when where we can truly be ourselves, and where people then try to stretch their arms towards perfection, try to move towards perfection when the clear stream of reason has not lost into dreary deserts of deep habits, when everything is not politicized, when things are said as they should be, where the mind is led forward by you into every widening thought and action. So where we are moving forward in society, into that heaven of freedom, my father let my country awake. So that's where our country must move. And this can be used for an individual basis also. Uh, Poem number 36. This is my prayer to you, my Lord. Strike, strike at the root of penury in my heart. Give me the strength lightly to bear my joys and sorrow. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful in service. Give me the strength never to disown the poor or bend my knees before insolent might. Give me the strength to raise my mind high above daily trifles, and give me the strength to surrender my strength to you with will to you will with love. So this is a poem of in human mind we have penury, we have these deficiencies in our heart, and we need, we have to cultivate that strength to come, to go above it. Give me the strength likely to bear my joys and sorrows. You need strength, emotional strength, so that you are not faced by suffering and joy alike. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful in service, because you need strength to that when you are doing something, you don't expect people to do something for you. You can just love, you can just have love in just giving to people. Give me the strength never to disown the poor or bend my knees before insolent might. This world has a lot of inequalities, but we must have the strength to keep on going, to keep on standing for what we believe in, to stand for those who are weaker. Give me the strength to raise my mind high above daily trifles. People sometimes just lose themselves into small things in life, and lose the sense of the large bigger picture. So we must have the strength to you know to keep our vision straight towards our main goal. And give me the strength to surrender my strength to you with love, to your will with love. So this means that ultimately I'm able to achieve, your will means will of your uh, destiny, will of your goals. So let my goals be aligned to let my strength be aligned to my goals, my life, anything. Poem number 37th. It's about limit. It's about removing limitations. Uh, I thought that my voyage have come to an end at the last limit of my powers, that the path before me was closed, that provisions were exhausted, and the time come to take shelter in a silent obscurity. But I find that you will know no end in me, and when old words die out of the tongue, new melodies break forth from the heart. and where the old tracks are lost, new countries revealed with its wonders. So our life do not have any limitations, and when you think that you are reaching a limit, you will find that there are new, you will find new energies coming out of you. So don't stop if you think your limit is reaching. We humans and everyone has a potential to break it and find new energies after it. Poem number 38. That I want you, only you. Let my heart repeat without the end. All desires that distract me day and night are false and empty to the core. As the night keeps hidden in the gloom the petition for light, even thus in the depth of my unconsciousness rings the cry, I want you, only you. As the storm still seeks its end in peace, when it strikes against peace with all its might. Even thus my rebellion strikes against your love, and still it cries, is I want you, only you. It talks about distractions. That in our hearts of hearts, we believe that we have this destiny in life. We want only this thing in life. But what happens is we are covered with the storms, with these storms of desires, which blinds us towards this real goal. But ultimately, in our hearts of hearts, we know we want this in life. So you have to, remove this storm and come out of this storm, come out of this darkness of this ignorance, and realize your ultimate purpose in life. Poem number 39. When the heart is hard and parched up, come upon me with a shower of mercy. When grace is lost from life, come with a burst of songs. When tumultuous work raises its din on all sides, shutting me out from beyond, come to me, my Lord, of silence with your peace and rest. When my beggarly heart sits crouched shut up in a corner, break open the door, my king, and come with the ceremony of a king. When desire blinds the mind with delusion and dust, O Lord, O you Holy One, you wakeful, come with your light and your thunder. So this is, when your heart is hard and parched up. This is talking about, if I have to give a word, it's revival. A lot of time we feel, we feel that we have lost our vigor, lost our interests. Come with a shower of mercy. We have to give ourselves mercy, give ourselves uh, uh, you know give ourselves time, give ourselves uh, you know forgive ourselves in a sense that we should be kind to ourselves. Being kind, this poem is about being kind to our own selves. When the grace is lost from life, come with a burst of song. When the tumultuous work raises its din on all sides, shutting upon from beyond, come up with Lord silence with peace and rest. So when we are tired up, give us we must give ourselves the time to rest. When my beggarly heart sits crouched shut up in corner, when we feel feel secluded, when we feel that we are in that darkest corner, come with the ceremony of the king. It's the need of the hour. It's our duty to free ourselves from it. These are so when we are suffering from you know from darkness, we must come out, come out through light. When our desires blinds the mind with delusion and dust, O Holy One, come with your light and your thunder. So when our minds are just full with delusion and dust, when we cannot see the reality, come with your light and thunder, come with the wisdom. Poem number 48. The rain has held back for days and days, my God, in my arid heart. The horizon is fiercely naked, not the thinnest cover of a soft cloud, not the vaguest hint of a distant cool shower. Send your angry storm dark with death, if it is your wish, and with lashes of lightning startling the skies from end to end. But call back, my lord, call back the prevailing silent heart, still and keen and cruel, burning the heart with this deep, dire despair. Let the clouds of grace bend low from above, like the tearful looks of the mother on the day of the father's wrath. So the rain has held back from day and day, my God, in my arid heart. The horizon is fiercely naked, not the thinnest cover of soft cloud, not the vaguest hint of distant cool shower. So there comes time where, where our hearts are empty. Where, we are not able to feel things. Neither joy nor sorrow. Send your angry storm dark with death, if it is your wish, and with lashes of lightning startle the sky from end to end. But call back, my lord, your prevailing silent heat, still and keen and cruel, burning the heart with deep despair. So we must never hold ourselves, still. We must always seek for continuous thrill, continuous amazement in whatever we are doing. So sometimes we feel, in the environment we are, everything becomes laborious, boring. But there is a way out of it, and it's not in, you don't have to change things around yourself. You just have to look onto them in another perspective. Gitanjali, the whole book is about, looking at things from a new perspective. Tagore, as we have discussed earlier, was, lived in nature, lived surrounded by nature, and there are many ways of looking at nature. So whenever our hearts are stuck in a gloomy state, send, as it says, send your angry storms dark with death. Shake up a little, change your change things around you, and change your perspective whenever you feel static. Poem number 41. Why do you stand behind them all, my lover, hiding yourself in the shadows? They push you and pass you by on the dusty road, taking you for naught. I wait here weary hours, spreading my offerings for you, while passer-by come to take my flowers one by one, and my basket is nearly empty. The morning time is past and the noon. In the shade of evening, my eyes are drowsy with sleep. Men going home glance at me and smile and fill me with shame. I sit like a beggar maid, drawing my skirt over my face. And when they ask me what it is I want, I drop my eyes and answer them not. Oh, how indeed could I tell them that for you I wait, and that you have promised to come? How could I utter for shame that I keep for my dowry this poverty? Ah, I hug this pride in the secret of my heart. I sit on the grass and gaze upon the sky and dream of the sudden splendor of your coming. All the lights ablaze, golden pennants flying over your car, and they at the roadside standing agape. When they see you come down from your seat to raise me, from the dust and set at your side this ragged beggar girl, a trembled with shame and pride, like a creeper in a summer breeze. But time glides on, and still no sign of the wheels of your chariot. Many a procession pass by with noise and shout and glamour of glory. Is it only you who wouldn't stand in the shadow silent and behind them all? And only I who would wait and weep and wear out my heart in vain longing. So, you can, obviously look at it as a, as a story of longing for someone, longing for God. But longing for destiny is the best way to interpret it. I am working, we as human beings have to struggle continuously. And while people, walk into, while people walk all around us, if we have this desire in our heart that we want to achieve something in this life, we have to walk this path. We have to walk this path. Maybe sometimes we are ashamed of what we are, of what people would say and what people will do, how society looks at you. But if you have a vision in your mind, and if you are going for it, and sometimes, and you in life you will dream that I have reached that destiny. But ultimately you have to, you have to struggle to achieve it. You have to walk the path. It will not come to you in a shortcut. So this is then a saga of how, continuous struggle, continuously, envisioning, continuously acting out on what you want in life. And last poem for the day, poem number 42. Early in the day, it was whispered that we should sail in a boat, only you and I, and never a soul in the world would know of this our pilgrimage to no country and to no end. In that shoreless ocean, at your silent listening smile, my songs would swell in melody, free as waves, free from all bondage of words. Is the time not come yet? Are there works still to do? Lo, the evening has come down upon the shore, and in this fading light the seabirds come flying in their nest. Who knows when the chains will be off and the boat, like the last glimmer of boat and the last like the last glimmer of sunset, vanish into the night. Early in the day it was whispered that we should sail in a boat, only you and I, and never a soul in the world would know of this own pilgrimage to no country and to no end. You see, when we start, when we start into our journey, no one knows, where we will end up in life. In a shoreless ocean, as you're, in this life, there are no fixed paths. So, when you start your journey in the morning, in the, at the in the morning of your life, you don't know where you're going to reach. In the shoreless oceans, at your silent listening smiles, my songs which fell up in melodies free as waves, free from all bondage of words. So we are free. Ultimately in life we are, as Sartre says, we are condemned to be free. So we are free of anything. And every time we take an action, our paths changes, our path diverges from others. And the time not yet come, is the time not yet come, and these works still to do. Lo, the evening has come down the shore, and in the fading light the seabirds come flying to their nests. And ultimately, when the evening of life comes, we move towards, the time has still not come, and our work still continues, our path still continues. Who knows when the chains will be off and the boat will, like the last glimmer of sunset, vanish into the night. So, no one knows when the night, when the death of a person will come. And, till the end, we must strive to go, on, to move on in our lives. So, that was it for today. See ya next time.